admit you love me, and so how am I ever to know? You always tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. A million times I've asked you, and then I ask you over again. You only answer, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you can't make your mind up, we'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being parted, broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you can't make your mind up, we'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being parted, broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps.
Beautifully sung by Doris Day. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Yeah, I've heard a lot of music like this from different parts of the world. This style of music is very common. It's nothing new. But it's all about her voice here. The way she pauses, while she sings, it's so sweet, it's so beautiful to listen to. So it's all about her voice here. There was a lot of good music in there.
I know.
I felt the orchestra should have been given credit, but as usual, as it is in UK and US mainly, they fail to give credit to the musicians. Wonderful music in there, and that definitely heightened the experience of listening to her beautiful voice. Wonderful little song. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. She's totally dependent on the answer to this question, to this man. So it's sad. It's sad that she's so dependent on getting the answer, even if it's perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. But yeah, it's well sung, well sung. It's all about her voice. It's all about that wonderful music in the middle and backing her up throughout. Beautiful.
There was also a small sound of some drums that were smaller, and constantly it was there that was being used. I like the way she whispered almost that perhaps. It is one of those songs which you know what is going to come ahead. Even though you're listening to it for the first time, you can anticipate what is going to come next, and you can sing along with it. But the beauty is in that. It is not ideal for you to already know or anticipate what is going to come. But in this case, the beauty is in that you can actually go along with the song and sing. It is so wonderful. So for me, listening to it most probably for the first time, but it didn't feel like, because I knew perhaps that was so predictable, but in a beautiful way.
It sounds very familiar, but like I said, there's so many songs like this, especially in the 50s and 60s, even maybe earlier. So many songs from different parts of the world. In fact, if you watch Hindi movies, many of the old Hindi movies had plenty of songs like this.
Similar things.
Plenty of songs like this in the 50s and 60s, even earlier maybe, but mainly 50s, 60s, 70s. Plenty of songs like this. So yeah, they may not, those artists may not have Many of them you won't hear. They, of course, we know Lata Mangeshkar, we know Kishore Kumar, we know Mohammad Rafi, we know R.D. Burman, we know the greats. But there are so many others who used to sing songs like this quite frequently in movies. And I have heard a lot of them. So for me, the style of singing, the music is nothing new.
This is typical of its
all
time.
that's good is the way she pauses and her beautiful voice, sweet voice. That is what is good, and the music. That's it.